Welcome to our algebra summary. Algebra is mathematics where pronumerals represent numbers. These pronumerals are called variables as they can take on many different values.
Algebraic expressions are made up of terms joined by plus or minus signs.
Terms can be single numbers, a variable, or a number times a variable. Remember that 3 is called the coefficient of x here.
In algebra, like terms have exactly the same pronumeral makeup. We can add or subtract like terms.
So here in this example we have 3m and positive 5m which we can add. So we'll end up with 8 lots of m plus 2p as our answer.
This can't be simplified further.
Because they aren't like terms. In this example, MP is actually the same as PM. So here we're going to end up with 7 minus 2 equals 5 MP.
When we come to multiplying terms together, we multiply the coefficients together and the pronumerals together.
So here we would just multiply 3 and 4 together and m and p together. And we would end up with 12 MP.
In this little harder example, we're still going to have 7 times 3, and we're going to have mn times mp. So we'll end up with 21 m squared np.
To divide terms, it is best to rewrite them as a fraction and then cancel down. So here, we would rewrite it as a fraction, and we would see that 3 goes into the top and bottom and m goes into the top and bottom, and we would end up with 5. In this example, we would again write it as a fraction, and we would see that 2 goes into the top and bottom and m goes into the top and bottom. And we would end up with 8m over 3n.
When expanding grouping symbols, everything inside is multiplied by what is out the front. So here, everything inside is multiplied by 3. So we have 3 lots of x and 3 lots of 2.
In this one, be careful of negative signs. Here it is actually negative 3m times 2m and negative 3m times negative 5. So here we have negative 3m times 2m, which equals negative 6m squared. And then we have negative 3m times negative 5, which gives us positive 15m. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you got to keep those negatives. When it comes to factorising, it's the opposite of expanding. And the steps are that we find the highest common factor of all the terms, we put that highest common factor in front of the grouping symbols, and then we work out what is needed inside the grouping symbols.
So in this example, we see that the highest common factor is 5 and we put it outside of the grouping symbols. So here we would need 5 lots of 3m to give us 15m and 5 lots of 2 to give us 10. We are done. And in this one, the highest common factor would be 3m. So again, we'd put it out the front of the grouping symbols. So here we would have to multiply 3m times 4mn, which will give us 12m squared n.
And we'd need to multiply 3m by negative 5p to give us negative 15mp. So we are done.
We are done.
When it comes to expanding and simplifying, we're just joining these concepts together. Just take care with negative signs and make sure you've simplified fully.
In this example, we would first expand, again being careful of the negative signs. And then we group our like terms together, and in this case we can only simplify by adding 8x and 6x, giving us 14x.
We hope you've enjoyed our initial algebra summary.
Algebra, 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 algebra.